Hi, this is Fred with Quality One Engravers. I'm going to show you how to take something that's in CorelDraw that's possibly an EPS file or a bitmap image and be able to turn it into an engravable file or a machine path. There's probably several other ways of doing this. There are programs that do centerline vectorization, but if you really want to do it right, you have to unfortunately do it by hand. So here's my image, and if I go under View and go to Wireframe, this is what it looks like. So if it were to engrave, this area would be all bunched up. This area would look very funny, and even the feathers would tend to get filled in here. Whereas if you view it in Enhanced, of course this looks beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go File, Export, and I'm going to export it as, I've already exported it, but I'll do it again, as a JPEG, and select it only, and export, and just go ahead and replace it. 300 DPI is fine. Okay and okay. Now open up Photoshop and go File, Open, and there's what I just exported, and go to Open. Now here's kind of a really nice trick. First I want to change the image mode to grayscale and say OK. And then I want to take the image adjustment and levels, which is also Control L. And all I do is get this little slider down here, and you can see I can turn it gray. And I'll show you why I do that in a second. And then I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to call it Dove-LT. I've already done it, but I'm going to do it again. This is, oops, cancel, Dove underscore LT, and OK. And then I'm going to just minimize this, and this is my CorelDraw file. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to open up Casmate, and I'm going to go Bitmap Insert. I'm going to go to this number 21, and here's the Dove underscore LT, and say OK. So here's the image. Now, right now, if I wanted to, because it's a bitmap image, I can do an outline of it, and it would come out just like what I had. And I might as well show you what it does. Well, because it's a grayscale, it didn't like it. Had it been darker, it would have made the lines around it. So anyways, I'm going to just click away and do what I intended to show you. So I'm going to maybe start down here, and I'm going to start with my pointer point tool. It's actually a digitized point, and I'm going to click here, 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 move up a little bit, maybe go up to right here, and I'm trying to just take reasonable points that are arcs. And I can also come way over here and hold down the mouse and make this arc, and then I'm going to quit. Now, one thing bad is I can't see where my points are, so I have a hotkey which is Alt-C, but you can go under Miscellaneous, and somewhere it's F10, under View Settings, and you can turn on control points and say OK. But again, I have a hotkey for that, and that's in it. And then also I want this toolbar, and I'm going to move and bulge this down here, move this down like this, and slide that up, and I've just made a nice smooth shape out of this. Maybe I want to move this over a little bit. Maybe take that out a little bit to look nicer. Now, if I want to transition things, I can use this Fit Arc so that I can make this be a little bit more of a nicer transition. Really depends on how accurate you need to be. And then I'm going to start digitizing again. And this time I'm going to take a point here, 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 and maybe come all the way down to here. This is pretty much a straight line, and I may add a little bit of bulge to it. I start over again here, here, and so forth. And you just continue to go over using the move bulge. And again, you could do this also in CorelDraw, but I am not that good at CorelDraw to make these vector files. So here's the other nice thing about Casmate is that also in the view settings, F10, you can show contour order and say OK. So this is the first one to engrave, the second one to engrave, and the third one to engrave. So it's going to start here and end here, and then fly up here and come down here and then go way over here. I have hotkeys. I can invert where the start point is and then Control Alt. So now it's going to start here and then start here and then start here. And I also know by selecting something and going Control X and Control V, I paste it in. It always goes to the end. Alt L, F7. Let me just move that down. Control X and Control V. So now this is how it will engrave. F6 to zoom out. It will start right here, go around to here, then go 2 and then 3 around. So if I were making this again, I'd go Alt I, Control R to redraw. So it starts here, goes around, stops, lifts up, comes around here, all the way down to here, lifts up, comes around, and it would continue that as it went around in order to generate this shape. And when I was all done, I'd have this completed vector file of this dove carrying a branch. And of course, once I had this, all I have to do is just select this portion of it. You can obviously save it as a SCV file, but you can also export it as HPGL or DXF is usable. You can't export it as an EPS because EPS is not just single vector lines. So typically it'll be a DXF or HPGL simple. Cancel out of that. Hope this helps.